Hi friends, I'm Dr. Meenakshi Sauta. I'm a director at Cloud9 Hospitals, Gurgaon, and I have spoken to you several times through these videos and through the Facebook and through now of course Instagram, and I have updated you on a lot of problems related to obstetrics and gynecology and mother's health and women's health and all that. But today I'm going to talk to you about the problem of the millennial generation. Now you will wonder what this problem of millennial generation that I'm going to talk about is. I'm going to divide my talk into three scenarios. Okay, so these three scenarios will actually tell you how a couple who is from the millennial generation, like is born after 1983, that's what they say is the millennial generation, comes to my OPD, and what is the further course of visits of that particular couple. Okay, so let's go into the first scenario. The basic talk is about parenting, about couples who want to be parents, and then how and what happens to them when they go about this process. That is the basic talk, but I'll divide it into scenarios so that it is easy for you to understand what actually happens. So first scene, a couple comes to my OPD. They are newly married. Congratulations are in order. Everybody is happy, smiling, and very nicely, brightly dressed up and looking very pretty. And they come. We have missed our period. Okay. So very good. You have missed your period. Let's do a pregnancy test. Oh, we did the pregnancy test at home, and that is positive. Congratulations. Very good. You are married, newly married, and you are going to have a baby. No doctor, but that is not the scene. We've just married, so we don't want to have a baby right now. Okay. So how old are both of you? Well, I am 26-year-old and he is 28-year-old. We are still too young. We are still studying. We are working on our careers, so we don't want to have a baby right now. Okay, fine. You didn't think of this before. Why didn't you use contraception? Oh, we used the I-pill, doctor, but the I-pill didn't work and we are pregnant. Okay. So how many times did you take the I-pill? Did you take the I-pill after consulting some doctor, or did you just pop it in when you felt like it? No, it was all over on the net that I-pill is an emergency contraception and you can take the I-pill whenever you have an unprotected intercourse. And so we took the I-pill, but unfortunately we have landed up with a baby. I don't know how it happened, but we have landed up with a baby. Okay, very good. So now what do? Do you want to continue this pregnancy or do you want to terminate it? No doctor, we are not ready to have this baby at all. We want to terminate the pregnancy. You please give us the medicine to terminate the pregnancy. I didn't know. I will have to first do some tests for you. We'll have to check with an ultrasound. We'll have to find out some blood group and all that. And then only I'll tell you which method we can use to terminate the pregnancy, whether it is a medical method or whether it is a DNC. No doctor, we don't want the DNC. We just want a medical method. I said, look, if your pregnancy is more than 6 weeks, then we cannot do a medical method. We have to do a DNC. Okay, doctor, you tell us the risks of having a termination of pregnancy. So then I tell them all the risks of having a termination of pregnancy, which means there is a 2 to 8% chance of irregular bleeding, of dysfunctional bleeding, of infection, of infertility and difficulty in conceiving later on. No, doctor, really, do you think it will be difficulty in conceiving? I said, might be. No, but what is the percentage? So I said, I told you it is about 2 to 8%. Okay, so then what do? I said, then you should think about it, whether you want to really continue this pregnancy or you want to terminate it. Have you told your family? No, doctor, if we tell our family, that will be a big problem. I said, I know it will be a big problem. So what to do? No, doctor, we are not ready for a baby. We want to terminate. You tell us how to go about it. Okay, fine. So then I tell them all the pros and the cons. I try to convince them that they are now adults and they should start thinking that okay, this baby's come and they should keep it. Nothing works. They want to terminate the pregnancy and we do a termination, either a medical termination or a surgical termination. They come back to me, I give them some contraception. Fortunately, they understand the meaning of contraception after that and life goes on. Cut to scene 2. Okay, now this couple is about 32-year-old and now they have come back to the OPD again saying that now doctor, now we have settled into our marriage and all, and now we want to have a baby. But we have been trying for the past 2 months and nothing is happening. Okay, So I tell them, I said, look, this, I know this is the zamana of instant noodles and instant curry and instant food and instant everything, but baby doesn't happen instantly. For a normal couple also, with a normal fertility and regular intercourse, it may take up to 1 to 1.5 years to conceive. So you have come back to me only in 2 months, which is too early. So you need to go back and try a little more and then come back. Oh really? Oh, doctor, we don't have so much time. You see, he's going to Canada next month or after 2 months, and we were thinking that if you could conceive before that. Okay. So I said, okay, then let's do some tests and find out whether everything is normal or not, and let's see whether you are making a proper egg at a proper time and all. So doctor, how long will that take? I said, it will take about a month or 2 months to find out, to do investigations, to follow the egg growing and seeing when it is going to rupture and advise you timed intercourse or whatever. Oh doctor, that is going to take so much long time. So now what do? We can't do anything. Fine, they disappear. Come back after 6 months again, saying that doctor, we tried 3-4 times again, but nothing has happened. Now we want an IUI. They have read about IUI on the net. They have read about IVF on the net. We don't want the IVF, but we want the IUI. Okay, what is the IUI? Do you understand the meaning of IUI? No, IUI is that when the egg is about to rupture, we take the semen of the husband and we put it in the uterus, and that is a sure shot chance of a pregnancy. So then I have to sit and explain to them that there is nothing sure shot even with IUI. Even with IUI, it may take 3 to 4 cycles to conceive, and if everything is normal among you all and you all have only tried for 3 to 4 months, please give yourself some more time to try. At the most we can do, follow the egg, give you a timed intercourse, and you can try to have a baby. Oh doctor, we don't have so much time. You see, he's so busy. He's mostly out on tour, so he may not be there on the day of intercourse. So we can, save his semen beforehand, and at the time when my egg is rupturing, we can do the IUI. Okay. So again, technology involved in even planning or trying to conceive that baby. Fine. So then I sit down and try to understand that, okay, if your husband has no time, he's so busy, if you don't have time to come for your doctor's visits, when the baby happens, what are you going to do? Oh no doctor, that is not a problem. In my job I get a 6 months maternity leave, and I'll take that maternity leave and it will all be fine. I said, listen, first of all, when you conceive, we don't know how your pregnancy is going to go. You might need to take leave in your pregnancy, and you might not deliver, everything may not go according to the plan. You may need a complete bed rest, you may need intermittent rest in the pregnancy, you may not be able to carry on with your work. The baby is a huge liability. You have to actually care for that baby, and in 6 months this baby is not going to grow up enough to be independent to take care of itself. You still have to give that baby some 10 years to be, able to leave that baby and go somewhere. Oh no doctor, that my family will take care of, or the creche will be there. I'll put the baby in a creche. Okay. So now this couple has conceived. Now they have conceived. Somehow, fortunately for them, their pregnancy went off very smoothly, nicely, normally. And now the baby is born. Okay. So now there's a hospital and the baby is born, and normal delivery, everything is gone fine, everybody is happy. So there is a 2-3 day of joy and celebration which starts in the hospital, carries on till the home. There are parents, there are relatives, there are flowers, there are chocolates, there are cakes, there's everything. There's a huge celebration. Oh, before that around the 7th month, there is another celebration for the baby shower. So baby shower is also another big event that happens in this thing, for which they have to, take permission and shop and, have the event. Fine, very good, very nice, happy. Then there is something which is called a baby moon that they have to go for, which I don't usually give them permission, because they remember the baby moon in very advanced pregnancies, and obviously it's too late to allow the lady to travel. Okay. Then the baby has come, and chocolates, flowers and all for 3 days. Now after 3 days, what happens is the family goes back. So who is left with the new mother is a mother-in-law or a mother. The husband has gone back to work. Right? Now this lady is left holding the baby. Now this baby is a bundle of joy, but a bundle of pain also, because the baby needs to be fed, the baby needs to be cleaned, the baby needs to be bathed, The baby wakes up every 2 hours and cries for milk, and you have to get up and sit and feed that baby, and you have to change his clothes, and you have to look. It's not a doll, like, you just say, okay, go back to sleep, and the baby goes to sleep, and you want to sleep, and that time you tell the baby, don't wake up, and the baby will not wake up. It is not like that. Babies are to be looked after. They require your time, they require your attention, they require your love, and they require your devotion. And usually I have seen these couples, these working couples who have decided finally to have a baby, that when the baby finally hits them, they really don't know what to do. So they are constantly fighting because the husband has gone off on his job. Obviously, poor fellow has to go and earn his money, and the wife is left holding the baby without a job, and she has to sit that baby and looking after that baby. And she does not know what to do because the mother-in-law and the mother have 20 suggestions to make. She has her own thoughts and her own ideas about caring for the baby. The baby doesn't understand either her or the mother-in-law, and the baby has his own tangents. So there are colicky babies, there are happy babies, there are cranky babies. Everything has to be dealt with. And then at the end of by the end of 15 days, when she comes to visit me again, I can see that the husband and the wife are totally sleepless. The hair are all in a tizzy. They have forgotten what life looked like. The mother is almost in tears. She wants to cry and do nothing else. And she somehow wants this baby to go back inside the tummy and not come out again. Why? Because they were not prepared to deal with what has happened. So, looking at this entire story, my advice to all you millennial couples out there who are both working in high career, high profile jobs, looking at jobs, remember that a baby is a full-time job. So whenever you want to plan your pregnancy, whenever you want to or decide to have a baby, please make sure that the next 2 years are cleared out completely for the mother and a step back for the father. Your baby needs time and attention for those first 2 years, at least till the baby can eat something with somebody else or can walk or is capable of being left alone in a creche. It's not that you have a baby for yourself for the show of the world that okay, I have a baby. It's not that. The baby is a human being, a tiny human being who cannot look after itself, and you need to look after the baby because you are the parent. Everybody will come for a few days, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, you will have help, but after that everybody has to go back to their own lives, whether it is the mother or the mother-in-law or the sister-in-law or the sister or whoever, and you have to look after, you have to plan and make time for that baby. So guys, please first think, use contraception. Do not accidentally conceive and come for an MTP. Dangerous. Second, when you decide to plan a baby, make sure that it is the right time in your careers and you can take that time off for you, for your husband and for your baby. Third, do not think that the day you decide to have a baby, the baby is going to come in the next month. No, it takes time to conceive. So, whenever you come to a doctor, you come for preconception tests, but give yourself those relaxed 6 months to 1 year to actually conceive on your own. Do not rush into technology so soon. You may not need it. The only thing you need is a relaxed atmosphere, a positive attitude, and usually that's what takes you forward and makes you have a baby. Third, when that baby comes, please remember that it's going to change your life completely. Completely. The center of attention, the focus of attention for everyone becomes that baby. And that helpless little human being, if you don't give it adequate time and attention, you are not justified in bringing that baby into this world. So take a step back, think before you want to have that baby, and when you have that baby, enjoy that baby for the first 2 years, 3 years. Yes, career is important, but believe me, the happiness that a child can give you, no job, no career can give you. And if you feel that way, if you feel that your career is very important, please do not have that baby. Do not bring a human being into this world, is my advice to you all. So next time, please take this as a as an advice from an elder doctor, as a doctor I'm talking, or as an elder sort of person who knows what life is, who's gone through the same thing as yours. As a doctor, when I had my baby, I also had to take a step back for 3 to 5 years. In the sense, very minimal work, very limited work, and spent that time with my child so that I could make her what she is today. So please parents, parenting is not all about just having a baby. It is about loving and looking after that baby for ahead also. Thank you.